Well, welcome to today's weather video. I know it's 1:30 in the morning, a lot going on. I got home dealing with no heat, and I'll talk about it tomorrow more. I put a couple of short videos up, but quite an eventful evening because we had the Aurora Borealis once again show, and luckily the clouds broke enough for us to see it for a little bit this evening around between 9 and 10 o'clock tonight. Luckily, the clouds did break, and I could see this beautiful aqua green glow. I can even see with the naked eye, but this is a photo here that I took in Garden City. We've got a couple of photos here to share with you of it. So there's another photo of it. You can see a little bit fainter over here, but you can definitely see that beautiful green glow there from the Aurora. And another photo of it here. You see that beautiful look, and actually it started showing itself a little earlier, like around 8 o'clock or so. I was looking for it by the water here and by the lake in Rockville Center, and you could see it a little bit in the clouds here right there. So really, of course, we did have a lot of clouds around today. It was a very windy and blustery, cold day. Show you what the sky looked like during the day. So what the sky looked like during the day pretty much. So and then toward the evening, you could see, again, the clouds that we had. So it's some breaks here and there, but more or less plenty of clouds around. We have a lot of thicker clouds coming in right now, and maybe even a chance of another snow flurry. Perhaps it's not a little disturbance here on the trough. You might hear the noise of my water distiller going on because I'm using it to create heat for my bedroom because it's cold in here. I've got the temperature up to 65 now, so you can see there are some snow showers, and during the day we did have a lot of that activity. We had some snow flurries. They actually wound up getting a little snowfall upstate. We'll take a look at the satellite image from today, and you can see all the clouds that we were dealing with today. Again, a lot of clouds. Again, not supposed to see so much clouds behind a cold front, but you can see plenty of clouds during the day. We're missing some satellite imagery. There's even more of it. Let's take a look at some of the wind gusts we dealt with today, because we did have some pretty strong winds in some areas today. Gust into the 40s in Connecticut, but in Nassau County, Bayville had a gust of 53 miles an hour. Should have been a wind advisory today, but they didn't issue a wind advisory. I said one was needed. LaGuardia gusted to 48. And Eaton's Neck, 61 miles an hour. Islip Airport, 59 miles an hour. That gust occurred at 2:53 this afternoon. Great Gull Island, 54 mile an hour wind gust at 1:38. Brookhaven at 52 mile an hour wind gust at 3:15. Farmingdale Airport gust to 51 around 2:19. Southold gust to 50 around 3:05. So the worst of those winds generally in the afternoon. Shirley Airport, 48 miles an hour. West Hampton also gusted to 48. And then we also have some maritime stations. So White Plains gusted to 53. And some of these maritime stations also having gusts near 50 miles an hour. And yeah, we needed that wind advisory. But we did not get a wind advisory today because I honestly think we're seeing the effects of the government shutdown as well as the way the federal government has just decimated NOAA. And so we're seeing the warnings and watches and advisories not being issued when they should have been issued. But I said one was needed, so obviously I think I was right. I think we definitely needed that wind advisory today. Looking at the weather out there, it's still windy out there. 41 at Islip. We'll go ahead and look at also the highs and the lows for Islip. LaGuardia had a record. What's the record? Record daily maximum. Oh, okay. There was a trace at LaGuardia today. So I guess that's a record. And we also have a local storm report as well of a tree down on Lake Drive in East Patchogue. So let's go and look at the Islip weather report for today. High of 42. That's all it got up to. The low of 34. 13 degrees below normal for the high and 9 degrees below normal for the day. And, yeah, we had a little bit of flurry. And like I said, there was actually some snowfall actually upstate. Some of these areas up on the mountains and the hills got an inch of accumulation from some of those snow showers that moved through earlier. And we'll show you again what the day was like at Islip here. Again, you can see the kind of winds that we were dealing with here, particularly during the afternoon. It was really something here. Gusts into the 40s And you can see there's that light snow being reported there. It looked like they did have a little bit of a snow shower there. So a trace of snow being reported there, and some pretty strong winds too with that. And temperatures were only in the 30s, so not a big diurnal range because of all the clouds, obviously, and the winds. So it's keeping the temperatures from dropping back with radiational cooling and all that stuff that we would normally see. But we're in this pressure gradient right now with the wind. Looking at the geomagnetic storm forecast, we had a major solar flare occur, and you can see that there's still going to be some auroras going on, though we have clouds now, so we're not going to see them. We did get up to a G4, so if you go over here, you'll see we actually got up to a G4 severe storm, and G4 storm levels were reached, and we have another watch for tomorrow, and we'll have to see if that continues into tomorrow here, because there was an X5.1 flare today. So that is why we're seeing, we saw the aurora today, and hopefully you got a chance to see. You could actually see the glow with even your naked eye, so that was pretty cool to see. I couldn't really take any video of it, not quite bright enough for that. Maybe you have to have a special camera or something. I don't know how to set the camera up for that, but anyway, let's go take a look at the weather for the next 48 hours. I'm only going to be looking at some of the short-range models here, as when in the next weather video we'll do on Thursday night probably. So you can see there's a chance of a flurry, not really going to be any accumulation tomorrow. The winds do drop off a little bit. Still see the lake effect and instability here. We got Thursday, still dealing with the wind machine and even showing perhaps a couple of showers possibly going over Long Island Thursday evening. Dew points and wind flow. So the wind flow does change from west to a little more west-southwest for a little bit tomorrow. So that maybe results in a little bit of moderation. But the winds are still there. Still pretty strong westerly wind flow. That continues right into Thursday. Maybe a little bit less on Thursday, but still you can see the northwest wind flow and the relatively dry air that we have in place. Tonight the temperatures will probably be similar to what they were last night, probably low 30s. And then for your Wednesday, maybe a little bit warmer, maybe a little closer to 45 to 50 degrees. Tomorrow night, again, the temperatures will drop into the 30s, no radiational cooling. And Thursday, again, the temperatures aren't really going to get that much warmer. Said low 50s, if that. That'll probably do it as far as the temperatures go. Now, the sky situation, we've been dealing with clouds. We're maybe dealing with clouds again tomorrow. As you see here, looking at this, we have more clouds to deal with again. Continue dealing with these clouds. And maybe Thursday we may have a better shot at some. Nope, doesn't look like it either. At least according to that graph, has us socked in with clouds again. Yep, it's dealing with the same kind of moisture trapped underneath the inverter. This is something that we usually don't get. We used to get sunny days behind cold fronts, but because of climate change, we don't see that as much anymore because there's just more moisture in the atmosphere. Again, if we go back to the satellite here, which I'll pull up over here, the CONUS satellite, you see the reason for all the clouds. Yeah, we got this trough over here, so we're stuck in this cyclonic flow. The sunshine is over here, and so we're stuck in the cyclonic flow. So anyway, let's look at some of the other sky models, and then we'll look at the wind. I don't think the winds are going to be so much of an issue anymore, but you see this is a sky model for tomorrow, and obviously plenty of clouds to start. Maybe some breaks in the afternoon, and then, yeah, they're back in the evening, but then there might be another break again, so maybe we'll get another chance to see northern lights for tomorrow night. Then Thursday, same deal again. Plenty of clouds across Long Island, and maybe a little more sun over New Jersey, but still dealing with clouds. And then maybe Friday we finally can get a mostly sunny day. Maybe. But it's ridiculous. You get all this cold air, but all these clouds. Because you have a cyclonic flow and you have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere that normally wouldn't be there. But it's there because we have warmer than normal oceans all across the planet. And it just means more clouds in the sky, basically. So I think that's going to wrap it up tonight. I got to keep it brief. It's late. I'm tired. But I figured I would get some noteworthy things happen today. I figured I needed to talk to you about it. You know, I'm going through my own issues here in this slum that I'm living in. Anyway, have a good night.